we have taken next-gen cars to Motordome Raceway. Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video here on Assetto Corsa today, where we're at this Motordome mod where, as you can see already, the banking is absolutely insane, and it basically turns this into a race of survival. And you'll see what I'm talking about here pretty quickly now as we roll through the first corner, and you can see this is actually down the front straightaway here leading down towards turn one, and it's already a mess. We're avoiding car accidents, and we actually get through it pretty well here. So 30 laps around this racetrack. It takes about 28, 29, 30 seconds to get around here, depending on what you're trying to avoid now, as these guys are absolutely all over the place there. And you can see the transition from the banking onto the straightaway. It's so abrupt that it doesn't feel good going into the corner or out of the corner here, and you can see it's creating all kind of problems right there. I think that was Bubba Wallace I just saw crash on the outside of us now as we go through the tri-oval now, and actually has a tri-oval and it has death oval, as that was I think the 14 that just died. Not 100% sure. It might have been Cole Custer actually now. But you can see AI kind of all over the place. They don't really like oval racing in Assetto Corsa, and then when you put them on a challenging oval where there is such an abrupt change in banking and such a significant degree of banking, you can see it causes problems now as we'll exit turn 4 and survive these first couple of laps here as we continue on. Now look for the actual top middle of the screen for the actual lap count. The Gran Turismo mod works perfectly except for the lap count. Now there's head on into the wall for the 51. JJ Yaley has died. Stenos is dead. And we're in it, and we've just rolled him over, and now here we go over top of the curbing into the inside catch fence. We somehow get this thing turned around and going, but there's this curbing right here that launches you like a ramp if you go over it, so we got to be very, very careful of that. It took me forever to try and get this car back up to speed, but once we get it back going, we're going to be just fine. But it's a pure race of survival. We exit turn 4 again, and it's just an absolute mess on the inside here. Cars are just piling in. Look at this absolute wasp nest. We're going to go to the inside of the old Kyle Busch. Daniel Suarez on the outside of the 18 M&M's Toyota Camry. They're going to make contact. They're going to run into each other on the exit of the corner, but they're all right as I have to try and save the car on the transition off the banking to the inside of the 99. They like to do that right there. On the exit of 4, they will kind of turn down off the wall, but this trial was really where you gain time. I just killed Daniel Suarez. He's dead. I just put him head on into the wall. Now it's going to be instant karma. The TRD machine takes us out as it comes back across our nose. We get it back going, but that's a pretty instant dose of karma now. But fortunately, it doesn't really matter how many times you crash in this race because everybody's crashing really, so we have time to make it up and get back into it. So we're just trying to survive. Like I said, we're up to P15 and now up to 14th place, passing one of the 62 Wendy's machines driven by Noah Gregson. I have a lot more fun doing these random NASCAR videos on Assetto Corsa than I do on R Factor 2. R Factor 2 was fun, but it just, you know, didn't quite hit the spot, and Assetto Corsa kind of does. It's just a lot more fun, a lot more legitimate, of course, with the next-gen car. Like R Factor, it wasn't an actual next-gen car. It was just a normal stock car that we were driving in. I think Assetto Corsa as well just quite simply looks better in many ways. As you can see, Austin Cindric way up the track right there. Crosses back down, but we're up into the top 10 now, and you can see we're still 15 seconds behind the leader, which is Chastain, Allmendinger, Buescher up there, LaJoie in 7th. Bowman, we're passing right now for the 8th position. He's going to dive deep into there. Look at the car bottoming out on the transition there as well. The sparks go flying as he nearly ends my life. He nearly right hooked me into the outside wall, but we continue moving forward. We're going to go and pass the 22 of Joey Logano. That's not for position, but oh my goodness, we'll go and take those spots right there. It's an absolute mess right there. Up towards the top 5 just about here, into P6 behind Austin Cindric now. Can we run down that 2 car and pass him as well as we continue on? We got up to 4th. We passed Austin Cindric. You do not want to do that. There was such an abrupt, of course, change between the banking and then the flat part of the track there on the apron, so you got to be really, really careful, of course, to not hit that because it will just, you know, upset the car so much. We're in the battle for the lead now. Buescher nearly ends me, but Chastain's side by side with Allmendinger. They're dealing with some lap traffic for the lead battle, and I want to be, of course, a part of this, but I'm playing it pretty cautious now. I realize, hey, I'm battling for the lead. So let's try to be a little bit smart here. We're gonna go through the middle, but it's an absolute mess. Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, all these guys in the way. I accidentally cleaned out Harvick there, so Allmendinger is gonna get up to second because Chastain gets caught up in that mess here. But I was just trying to take my time, and then taking my time puts me in a bad spot, and Corey LaJoie says I'm just going to turn left even harder than you need to, and I'm going to wreck this guy. So we get wrecked again, and as finally we get the lead, we lose it, and we're about halfway through this race now. Lap 14 of 30 at this point, and it gets worse. I'm just getting beat around the bush here by these guys. Another red car, that's a Toyota, decides it's just going to door check me into the outside wall. So these AI really have no remorse for you at this racing track. It's like they just really don't care that you're there. To their inside, to their outside, they're really just going to go wherever they please. We're still in the top 10, 22 seconds back, but it would get worse. I would hit that banking shift, and yeah, we're into the catch fence. We kind of save it, but now, yeah, I'm all over the place. I mean, where am I going? We're going to end up on a roof here. This is going to respawn us into the pit lane. Now, fortunately, it's not like iRacing and you tow and you have to wait like a minute and a half. No, we can immediately go. So we're P18. We're still on the lead lap somehow, but we are halfway through this race. So we got 15 laps to go. We need to gain 23 seconds. It's possible because they continue to crash, but look at the track map in the top right. You can see a lot of cars are just in the pit lane down and out. So I guess when they tow, they just don't because they retire basically. So yeah, there's quite a few cars in the pit, so it's going to calm things down a little bit here. I wanted to try running the outside to see what that would feel like. I was like, can I get any kind of momentum from the top? And in turn 1 and 2, I would find out very quickly that this was not a good idea because I wrecked myself again, and I'm going to slide right down now. Is when you wreck here, you really got to hold the brake because you're, of course, I mean, look at the banking that we're dealing with. We're just sliding down the circuit. We get it back going again, and got to move our way back forward. Actually went a lap down to Allmendinger, but we're going to outlap ourselves here, and we're still, I mean, at least in the top 15, but we're 33 seconds behind. If we can put together some perfect laps, not like that, obviously, but if we can put together some perfect laps, we could get back into the mix of this. We're still on the lead lap. No, we're not actually. Allmendinger's up here in front of us, but now he's slow. So we're back on the lead lap again. So we have to be absolutely perfect from here. And we would cut the gap down by 10 seconds. It was down to 22, 21 seconds. But we only have, you know, a few laps left at this point here. Lap 24 of 30, we cut the gap down to 19 seconds. That's the 42 dying on the inside. We're up into now P12 behind Redacted. We're not going to talk about who's in 11th place right now. We're just going to continue to try and move forward and get past them. And we would do not that yet, but we would pass Ty Dillon, who's in the pit lane now. So up in a P11 to the back of one of the Kyle Bushes, and the gap's continuing to come down, but we only got about 5 laps of racing at this point, and I think, oh my goodness, I don't know how we just saved that one now, is we're going to continue 17 seconds back, passing Kyle Busch, who just tried to right hook me a little bit there as we continue in P11. Can't quite break into that top 10 yet, and again, you can see right there, when you transition into the corner off the straightaway, it just kind of hooks the car sometimes based off the line you're taking. It just, when it hooks the car, you're kind of a passenger, and then you hit that inside part, and then you're even more of a passenger than you already were. So that took our chances of making a recovery drive away. If we can get a top 10 out of this, I'd be pretty happy. But I don't even think that's going to happen because again, yeah, I am so bad at this racetrack here now, as it's going to tow us again. And we're going to get back racing, but it's only going to be a lap left. So P13 is where we find ourselves as we go down into 1 and 2 for the final time. AJ Allmendinger, he's going to be able to hold on, it looks like, for the victory in that number 16. So W's for AJ now, as it's going to be his first oval win in the Cup Series, as he's already crossed the line. We're just bringing it home through 3 and 4, trying to go up the inside of that 51. P13, that's what it's going to be. We had some chances. We threw. This track is insane. The banking is unbelievable, and it creates its challenges as I end the life of Austin Cindric there across the line. That's going to wrap it up for me. If you guys enjoyed, the mod is down below in the description. You can check it out. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.